Okay, good evening everyone. Good to see you here again in our Thursday night class, Bezat Hashem. Today's topic is health. We're gonna talk about healthy life. I know it says according to Kabbalah, but actually it's according to the Rambam. It was a small mistake. Rambam knew also a lot of Kabbalah, but it's gonna be mainly from the Rambam perspective, the Jewish perspective on health. Of course, we're not gonna cover everything. This is a lot of learning, but we're gonna say some practical things for each one of us to have a better life, a healthy life, and maybe a lot of things that we thought that are very healthy, we're gonna see that it's the opposite, or things that we thought that are not healthy. We're gonna be surprised a little bit today. Bezrat Hashem. I want to dedicate the class to the memory of Leilun Nishmat Rita Mazal Bat Marus Ruach Hashem Tenachena Began Eden. Also in the memory of Moshe Chai Ben Bila Ruach Hashem Tenachena Began Eden, and also Mira Bat Berta Ruach Hashem Tenachena Began Eden. So talking about health, according to Judaism, to the Torah, to Kabbalah, to the Rambam, it's a very huge topic in Judaism, and there's a lot of books about it, because we have a mitzvah from the Torah to be healthy. It says v'nishmartem me'od lenafshotechem, that each Jew has to make sure he is healthy. Yeah, he's physically healthy, mentally healthy, and also spiritually healthy. We're gonna see that there's 3 levels to be healthy. Today we're gonna speak about the physical aspect of being healthy, keeping our health, but also we have to know that there's the mental aspect, which is being healthy emotionally, and there's also the spiritual aspect, which is being healthy spiritually. They are all connect to each other and affect each other. But today we're gonna discuss just a little bit. This class should be maybe 10 classes, but we're gonna just touch some stuff that are very important for each one of us to do. Doesn't matter if you're sick or if you're healthy and you don't want to be sick. We're gonna give some practical tips for that, Bezrat Hashem. So we're gonna talk about the body level today a little bit. So as we said, the Torah say clearly there is a mitzvah to be healthy. So anytime we learn about health, anytime we try to eat properly and do go to the doctor, for example, or try to keep our health, try to do things that are healthy, we actually fulfill the Torah. We fulfill a mitzvah from the Torah. And that's why it's something we should discuss. It's something we should learn about and talk about. Second thing is, as we said before, because there is few levels to health, right? To being healthy, it's not just in the physical aspect. It's also emotional healthy and spiritually healthy. If a person only gonna take care of his physical health, it's not guaranteed that he's going to be healthy. He has to also be emotionally healthy and spiritually healthy, because sometimes if you had bad emotions, you don't control your emotions, this affects your energy level, and the energy level affects the body. That's why people can eat the best food, they can behave physically according to all the things that we're gonna say today, but if mentally they don't work on themselves, they still can be sick. It's a lot less chances because they do keep their body health, but still in the mental and the spiritual level, we also have to work on those levels, but Bezrat Hashem, maybe we're going to talk about it in a different time. So keeping our health, the Rambam says, and he has a few books on this, and also he wrote a whole few chapters in his big Torah book. It's called the Yad HaChazakah. This is 13 volumes of, basically he took all the laws of Torah into one big book with 14 volumes. It's called the Yad HaChazakah, and in the 4th chapter, Elchot Deot, he says some rules of health, how we should behave physically to have a healthy life. And he says there something that I don't think any doctor in the world said. And as we know, the Rambam is someone that doesn't just say words, exaggerate. Rambam was first of all, a very righteous person. Second of all, whatever he said, we know those people that learn the Torah of the Rambam, we know that any word that the Rambam says has a meaning. There's no even one word extra in his book. And the Rambam wrote there in his book, in the 4th chapter, Ilchot Deot, he said that if someone will follow all the rules of health according to what he says, he guarantee that this person would not be sick all his life. He's going to be healthy all his life. That's a guarantee from the Rambam. I never ever can say such a statement, but the Rambam said that. And when you learn deep the writings of the Rambam, it makes sense that if you follow those rules, because this is the rules Hashem gave us, this is the rules HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world with. If we go according to the rules, everything will be perfect. That's what the Rambam says. And I know people that practically do that, and Baruch Hashem, they are healthy. So let's give some of those tips, some of those things that Rambam writes about health, and Bezrat Hashem, as much as we have time, it will, Bezrat Hashem, could be even change our life for good. So, first of all, we have to know that one of the most important things in health is food. Yeah, and I think this is something people realize today. All the doctors talk about that, the natural doctors and also the Western doctors. Everybody talks about food. Food is what you get in your body. What you get in your body, it affects your body, because whatever we eat, that's what we are. If you eat a steak, that steak becomes a part of you. If you eat a vegetable, that vegetable becomes a part of you. And the you of tomorrow, it's basically the food that you eat today. So that has a tremendous effect on the person. That's why what we eat is super important. If we know to eat properly, our health will be strong and healthy. So I want to give some instructions according to the Torah. What's the best food that the Rambam and the Torah says that we should eat? Of course, yeah, it doesn't say that you only have to eat this type of food. Of course, we eat other things, but I'm gonna say what's the most important food that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants us to eat the most, so we're gonna be healthy all our life, B'ezrat Hashem. So it says in Bereshit, in the 1st chapter of the Torah, it says that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created Adam and Chava. And the whole story of Adam and Chava, we have to understand that it was not a physical story. It was all those things that were there before the sin. They even were not in the physical world. They were in a world of Yetzirah. It's a world of the angels. It's in Gan Eden. Gan Eden, it's not a physical place, but still, the Torah talks about physical things. For example, Adam, he was naked, or after that he got clothes, but before that he was naked, and there was animals there, and there were trees there. So it looks like very physical, but really if you go deep into the story, you see that the things there were different than what we understand. But we also can understand that in that level, the physical level, HaKadosh Baruch Hu created trees. And he said to Adam and Chava, Mikol atzei hagan achol tochel, from all the trees that I created, you should eat. So when Hashem created Adam, he creates food for Adam. And the food that Hashem tells him directly he should eat, it's the fruits of the trees. Comes Rabbeinu Bachya, one of the great rabbis 800 years ago, and says his commentary on the Torah, and he says that God gave the trees, the fruits of the trees to Adam HaRishon because that's the best food for him. That was the best food for him, and he explains there that this type of food, the food of the trees, the fruits that we eat, the fruits is the best for our digestive system. That's what Rabbeinu Bachya says. Rabbeinu Bachya says that when you eat fruits, it digests so quickly and goes to the cells the sugar and everything goes to the cell, gives you energy right away. After half an hour, and for certain type of food even before that, for example, grapes. Grapes are, the easiest to digest. You take the grape, after a few minutes it's already in your blood. So that's why eating grapes give you a lot of energy right away. And for example, people that eat meat, it takes it like around 5 to 6 hours to digest. And only after 5 to 6 hours, after you digest everything and all the sugar and the vitamins goes everywhere in the body, it takes 6 hours until you enjoy what you ate. And it's also very hard to digest it. But grapes and fruits are the easiest to digest. So Rabbeinu Bachya says, how do we know if a food is a healthy food or less than healthy food? He says, every food has to give us something, and every food takes away something. So for example, every food we eat takes away a certain energy from us. Yeah, the food has energy, as the sugar that gives the energy at the end of the day, gives the energy to the person. But until the body absorb, and works on the digest of the food, it takes a lot of energy from the person. So the types of food that are very easy to digest, the Rabbeinu Bachya says they are the healthiest food because they give you the vitamins and all the good things, and they don't take away a lot of energy. So that's the best type of food. The food that we get less than we take away, that's not a good level of food. That's not healthy food according to the Torah, according to the natural health. For example, meat, like we said. So of course, it's allowed to eat meat. It says in the Torah that it's allowed. By the way, Adam Rishon was not eating meat only after Noach. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told him, so now you're allowed to eat meat because there's a certain fixing to do in the meat. There's a certain elevation. We have to elevate those souls that are inside the meat. But before that, for 1,000 years, nobody ate meat. Everybody was vegetarian, basically. So Rabbeinu Bachya says, because it's very easy to digest the fruits, they are the best for our body. They give us the most. They don't take almost no energy from us. Therefore, you stay very healthy. But if you eat something that is very hard to digest, like we said, for example, meat or cheese, it takes a lot of time to digest that. So the body uses a lot of its energy for the digestive system, use so much energy of the body. That's why after you eat meat or bread, for example, today's bread, or rice, and all those things that are hard to digest, it takes a lot of time, takes a lot of energy. That's why you feel after that you want to go to sleep. You feel very tired after you eat that type of food. But after you eat fruits, right away you feel the energy. Why? It goes right away to the blood, to the cells, and gives gives a lot of energy. And certain food even don't need, almost no insulin, from the pancreas to produce insulin to go into the cells. They right away go to the cells and give you energy. So that's why Rabbeinu Bachya says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to Adam, you eat the fruits, that's your food. That's what was done in the first day of Adam and Chava, of their life. After that, there was the sin, and again, we're not going to get into what was the sin and all this story there. But after the sin, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told them, there's a pasuk, there's a statement in the Torah that says, now you eat you eat all the grass and vegetables. And then it says in the Midrash that Adam HaRishon was complaining to God. And he was saying to him, Ani v'hamori be'evus echad, how come me and my donkey is going to eat the same food? From before you told me my food is the fruits, it was up there. The animals usually, they don't eat a lot of fruits. Most of the animals, they eat the vegetables, they eat the grass. Or some animals, they eat meat. But the fruits was something made for the human being. And after the sin, he told them, Hashem, now you eat the vegetables. Now you go down, you eat from the ground. And he was complaining, I don't want to be like my donkey, like my animal. But that's mean that the humanity, yeah, Adam Arishon, he got to one level down, so now he eats vegetables. So we see, according to that, Rabbeinu Bachya says the best food for the person is the fruits. The second level is the vegetables. Even though vegetables are very, very healthy, but fruits are more healthy. That's why vegetable, it takes more time to digest than fruits. Fruits are very easy. They come and they go away from the body very easy. There's a rule in creation. The rule says that the world is built on movement. Everything has to move. Anything that is stuck, doesn't move, dies, right? Something that doesn't move, it gets dry and dies. Yeah, something that is moving, it means it's alive. Same thing as our body. When the body is always moving, when you eat things that those things are moving very fast, means they come in and they go out very fast, those things are the best things for our body. And also we can see in the fruits, 70% of the fruits is water. 70% of the fruits is the water. And it's very interesting that 70% of the person, of us, each one of us, 70% of us, it's also water. 70% of the world is water. So Hashem says, because you are 70% water, if you eat fruits which are 70% water, that's the best for you, because that's equal to you. You are made from 70% water. The best food for you will be fruits that are 70% water. And that's why the Rambam says the best thing to do, especially in the morning, is to eat fruits. To eat fruits, you clean all the things in the body. So basically sicknesses, how does sicknesses come? How we create sicknesses? We get bad things inside our body, yeah? Eat food that the digestive system doesn't know how to digest it, and it stays inside, yeah? It's called bad chemicals. Those bad chemicals stay inside. And the more we have those bad chemicals, then it can come up and makes a sickness, and the person becomes sick. What we do to clean those bad chemicals inside, the best tool to clean those chemicals inside is eating fruits. Yeah, one of the natural doctors, his name was I forgot his name, Walker. Yeah, Dr. Walker. He said that he called the fruits vacuum cleaner. And I think that's very, very right. The Rambam doesn't say vacuum cleaner, but the Rambam says that the fruits, when it gets in, because it goes out so quickly, it takes with it like a vacuum cleaner all the bad things. That's why people, for example, that are very sick, they can do a fruit diet. People that have diabetes, yeah. Again, whatever I'm saying now, it's not everything is practical, yeah. But of course, you have to do it with a doctor that understands. But some people that I know and some people we treat, they do, people that have diabetes, and according to the Western medicine, there's no way out. You're gonna stay with diabetes till the end of your life. But according to natural health, according to the Rambam, you can get rid of diabetes very easily, yeah. And one of the ways to do it is a fruit diet. People think that diabetes fruits or has a lot of sugar. That's not right, but it's not a discussion for now. Anyhow, when you make a fruit diet, for example, you basically clean all your body from all those bad chemicals. And that's why people that start to eat fruits, for example, more than usual, they will see that bad things coming out. Sometimes they start to cough, they sweat more, because all those bad chemicals, they go away. It takes about 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, few weeks to take all those bad things out, because you clean yourself, and then the body becomes clean. So if a person has a good habit of eating fruits every morning or every evening, eating fruits, and you can eat as much as you want fruits, that's cleaning your system, and that's very healthy according to what we said right now, because HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the fruits for the person that's the best for us. Second level is, as we said, is vegetables. Eating vegetables is very important. And also, in general, fruits and vegetables, HaKadosh Baruch Hu made them, they grow from the ground. The reason they grow from the ground and the reason they are the best for us is because we were created from the ground. It says in the Torah, ויקח השם אלוקים עפר מן האדמה, ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu took the earth and he made the person. And then he puts inside that person that was made from earth, he puts the soul inside. So we are made from earth. That's why to keep living, we need the vitamins of the earth. Now we cannot take earth and eat it like this, of course, but Hashem created something called a tree, called a seed. The seed that we put in the ground there's roots to that seed. Those roots takes all the vitamins from the ground that we need. And they put it into a small capsule like this, which called a fruit or a vegetable. And when we eat it, it gets inside. It's something amazing that Hashem created in the world, because whatever we need is there. All those vitamins is there. That's why the more we eat fruits and vegetables, the healthier we are. Now, that's the first level and the second level of good food. The third level is vegetables that needs to be cooked. Some vegetables, we cannot eat them raw, like potatoes and sweet potatoes, right? We cannot eat them raw. It's not healthy to eat them raw. We have to cook those, this type of vegetables, and they are the third level of food. And why do I say third level of food? Because first of all, the more natural something is, the better is for us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the natural world created everything for us. The more natural is it, the more from the hands of God is it, it's better for us. When we start to, put our effort in something, it's already a little bit far away from the nature, so it's less healthy. So there is vegetables that are, you cannot eat it as it is. You have to cook it. Those vegetables are level 3. And the reason they're level 3 is because after the sin of Adam and Chava, the earth was cursed. As Adam and Chava, each one was cursed. It says Adam got 9 curses, and Adam got 10, Chava got 10, the snake got another 10, and the earth got 9 curses. So the earth has a certain impurity inside. That impurity comes into the fruits and the vegetables also, as well as the good vitamins comes into it, also the bad things. That's why we eat it and we digest it. And the body, I think it's amazing. The body knows what's good, keeps it inside, and what's bad takes it away in the washroom. And so the body knows already what's good for you, what's not good for you, and consciously we even don't realize what the body does. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu created it in a way that the body knows what to do exactly and take away the bad thing, the impurity. Now, there's certain fruits and vegetables, there's certain vegetables that has to be cooked. Why? Because in those vegetables, there's more impurity. There's more tum'ayin in them. That's why you cannot eat it in the regular way. You're not going to digest it properly. You have to sweeten this impurity. You have to make it better. How we do that? We cook it. So basically, the cooking is taking away the impurity that is inside those vegetables, because those vegetables, as we said, is level 3. There's more impurity in them. They are still healthy. They are still very good. Not as those that we can eat raw, but we have to cook them to take away this impurity so we can eat them. So that's why this type of food is a third level. And for our system, it takes more time to digest. For example, potatoes and sweet potatoes. That's why it's not recommended to eat them too much. Like we said, fruits are very good. They clean the body. Vegetables also. Those vegetables that we have to cook, it's a third level. And they are less healthy physically than fruits and vegetables that are raw. Now there's the beans, which also has to be cooked. All the beans that we use, we cook the beans. And so the beans is the third level. It's a vegetable, but it's in the third level because we cannot eat it raw. However, there is a way to upgrade the beans. When we put the beans in water for, like, let's say a few hours, 12 hours, 24 hours, and then it's start to sprout. Yeah, it comes out, start to sprout until it gets to 1 centimeter of sprout. The beans, they become a vegetable in the second level. So before the sprout, it's a third level vegetable according to the health. So it's healthy third level. But if you put it in water, and the more you put it in water, it's sweetening it up until 1 centimeter of a sprout. This is already called a vegetable, a second level vegetable. So there's a lot of people, especially people that have diabetes, it's better for them to eat the beans when they are sprout. Why? Because from being with a lot of sugar, they become a vegetable which has a lot less sugar. So that's another. So that's the third level, and also it's harder to digest the beans. That's why, again, it takes energy. It gives energy, but it also takes a lot of energy. Not like the fruits that doesn't take energy almost at all. The fourth level is already food from the animals. Yeah, all the cheese that we have, the milk, the dairy things, and the meat. This is the fourth level. Yeah, if the fruits are the best, the healthiest, fourth level from them, it's the meat that we eat. That's why it's all the big tzaddikim and the rabbis, all the generation, they didn't eat a lot of meat during the week. They usually were eating meat for Shabbat. They were eating meat for Yom Tov, for a holiday, because again, there's also a big fixing in eating meat. We elevating certain souls, and that's why it's good to leave it to put it for those days, for those holy days, Brit Milah, wedding, and stuff like that. Again, it is allowed to eat meat also during the week, and I know that everybody does it now. According to the health, according to the Rambam, that's not the best food. So you can eat it. You can eat it once a day, and especially healthy people that your health is good, for sure they can eat. But people that are more sick, it's better they keep their energy for healing, so they eat less meat, because meat takes a lot of energy to digest it and work on it. That's why that's the suggestion of the Rambam. As much as we can to reduce it, that's gonna be better for our health. For sure, 1 time to eat meat a day, it's more than enough. 2-3 times, it's already, you're putting too much pressure on your system. Too much energy takes away. Same thing is also anything that is artificial, not natural. Yeah, all those things that we today, you go to the supermarket, half of the supermarket, even 70% of the supermarket is artificial. It's not things from the nature. All those things, the system, our system doesn't know to recognize it. Margarine, for example, I don't know if it's digest even. It just stay inside and becomes a bad chemical inside your body, cause a lot of sicknesses. So the more we eat artificial things, that's the 5th level. Artificial things, yeah, that's clearly not healthy. And the less we do that, it's better for our health. Again, if a person eat artificial things, eat a lot of meat, a lot of dairy things, but also he eats fruits, those fruits, at least one time he eats fruits a day. Like, I'm talking about a meal of fruits. That's your meal with nothing else. Yeah, you eat fruits. And some people says, oh, but I'm not gonna, it's not satisfying me. It's not true, because the body, if you eat, let's say, a few apples and also dates, dates are it's very strong. It gives a lot of energy. You're gonna be more energetic and have more power. And trust me, I try it myself all the time. Every morning I do that. It's give you more energy than when you eat meat, because again, it doesn't take a lot of energy from the system. and it's very, very, very healthy. It cleans the all the things. So if you eat, for example, meat and artificial things during the day, make sure you have one meal with fruits. It's good to do it in the morning, but you don't have to. Let's say you see that you ate a lot of things that are not very healthy. At the evening, you make a fruits meal. That will clean it. And how do we know that our body is healthy? How do we know that we eat healthy? We eat the proper way. So the Rambam says it's according to how many times you go to the bathroom. So if a person goes to the bathroom one time a day, that means you're not healthy. Something Chaz v'Shalom can happen, because going one time a day, it means the system doesn't work fast enough. It takes a lot of time to digest, and that can cause those bad chemicals to stay in the body, and then after a few years can cause problems. But if a person goes twice a day to the bathroom, that's a very good sign to know that I am my health behavior is good, and Bezat Hashem, this is if you go 3 times to the bathroom, that's even better. But yeah, and I'm talking about number 2. Yeah, sorry about talking about, but it's very important to know. So if you go for number 2 twice a day to the bathroom, that's a good sign. That means you are healthy, and the way you eat. And some people, they can eat very bad things, and they still go to the bathroom 2 times a day. It's not because they eat properly, it's because their system is very strong. Some people, their system is very strong. Yeah, usually young people, we can eat whatever we want, and still everything is gonna be very, very, very good, because we're still young. Yeah, the digestive system works very well. The kidneys works very well. Takes away all the bad chemicals away. Works very well. But after the age of 40, 50, 60% of the men in the world, 60% after the age of 50, their kidneys work 50%, 50%. Doesn't work 100% like they used to be. So, and that's because they eat and drink so many bad things. The kidneys works to digest and to work on things that are artificial, and it makes the kidney sick, doesn't work properly. So that's how we can know. The Rambam says it's very important to go to the washroom. He says makor kol machalot, the source of all sicknesses, when the person doesn't go to the bathroom on time. He keeps it inside. Also spiritually, the Ben Ish Chai, the Arizal, they say that you're not allowed to say a bracha. Let's say we say bracha, shakol nea bidvaro, on water. If you really, really need to the washroom and you cannot hold yourself for 72 minutes, if you cannot hold yourself for 72 minutes from now, approximately, you cannot say, because you have kivyachol, it says that you have tum'ah, you have impurity inside you. You have to take it away and then say the bracha. So also spiritually that's not good, but also physically, he says it's the source of most diseases. That people doesn't go to the washroom, and the Rambam says that every morning you have to check yourself and ask yourself, do I need to go to the washroom or not? And before you go to sleep, and before you eat, do I need to go to the bathroom or not? You have to ask yourself and check. He says 8 times you have to check during the day. If you do that, you're going to be a very healthy person. To not keep it inside. That's one of the most important rules that the Rambam says, as well as to not eat too much. And the Rambam says clearly, he says it's better to eat a little bit of bad food than eat a lot of healthy food. So, and that's a statement the Rambam says, and it's very, very right. Again, it doesn't mean that you need to eat bad, bad chemicals and bad food. But it's even better to eat that bad food a little bit than eating a lot of the good one, of the healthy food. And why is that? Because our digestive system works like this. When you put too much, it cannot digest properly. It takes a lot of energy, and when it's not digest properly, all the bad chemicals come inside the body. They don't go away. Yeah, it's like that mixer that you make juices and smoothie. If you put too much on it and then you turn it on, it's not going to work because it's too much. But if you leave a little bit of space, so there it's going to work very, very good. Same thing as our digestive system. So the Rambam says every meal you eat, the most important thing is to leave 1/4 of it, or 1/3 of it even, empty. So basically, according to the Rambam, you should not be full after you eat. No, you have to leave 1/4 or 1/3 empty, and therefore you're going to be healthy all your life. That's one of the most important things. And actually we say it in Birkat HaMazon. When we bless the bracha of Birkat HaMazon, it says it there. A lot of people don't understand that, but it says it there. It says, "Ma she'achalnu yeh lirfuah." Whatever we eat should help us to be healthy, should be blessed with health. "Ma she'achalnu yeh, ma she'shatinu yeh lirfuah, u'ma she'otarnu yeh livracha." Yeah? Whatever we ate should make us satisfied. Yeah, lesava. Ma sheshatinu, whatever we drink, yeh lirfuah, should give us health, makes us healthy. Ma sheotarnu yeh livracha, whatever we left over should be a blessing, should be blessed. So most people think, well, what is that thing that we have to the leftover? So the leftover of the food in the plate. That's what most people think. The Rambam says no. The leftovers, whatever we left empty in the stomach, that's will bring the blessing. Zeh yeh livracha, that's will bring the blessing. If you're going to eat up until the end of your stomach, then it's not gonna be blessed. Therefore, sicknesses come. Also, the Gemara says that there's a pasuk in Mishlei, Beten Reshaim Techsar, Tzadik ochel esov nafsho, Beten Reshaim Techsar. They say that a righteous person, he can eat a lot. He can be satisfied from food. But a Rasha, but a sinner, his stomach has to be a little bit empty. So Rabbi Yonatan Avishitz asks, why does the sinner has to leave a little bit place in the stomach, and the righteous person can eat and be full? So he says, because a person that is anger takes space in the stomach. That's what it says. It takes space in the stomach. When a person is getting angry, that anger takes a certain space in the stomach. So if you eat until you're full, you have no place, and then if someone gets angry, so that anger will come into the stomach and will kind of explode it energetically, and will make a lot of sicknesses. So he says the Reshaim, the sinners, they should always leave a little bit empty in their stomach, because they're always angry. They're always angry at people. But the tzaddikim, the righteous people, they can eat whatever they want, because they don't get angry. But according to the Rambam, even the righteous people, you should not eat too much, because again, you want it to digest very fast and easy, to not take a lot of energy from our energy for digesting food. So that's another thing. This is all talking about food. Again, we can discuss and talk. There's so many things to talk about food. For example, water. There's something that people think that the more water you drink, it's better for your health. And the Rambam says it's not true. And you should not drink a lot of water. It's actually not healthy to drink a lot of water. There's people that always they drink. It's not good. Why it's not good? Because we have a certain level of salt in our body. We need this salt inside the body. And this salt does a lot of good things. When you drink too much water, you kind of take away the salt. And then the body doesn't function the right way. So, and you can see it in the urine. When the urine is white, is not is clear, is not yellow. Yellow, it means all the bad chemicals comes away. But when it's clear, when it's not yellow, it's not a good sign. That's mean you have to drink less. So people ask, okay, so how much I have to drink? The rule is we have to behave. Rambam says we have to behave like the nature. Nature says, when you're thirsty, you drink. When you're not thirsty, you don't drink. People think, they'll different theories. You have to drink 6 or 8 glasses of water at least a day. That's not true. I'm sorry to say that, and I checked that. It's not true according to the halacha, according to the natural health. You don't need to drink so much. Drink when you're thirsty. People that don't feel thirsty, okay, you can drink in half a liter in the morning. It's always good to start the day with water. Yeah, the Rambam says, and also it says in the Gemara, Masechet Pesachim, on page 10, it says there that we should not start the day right away with food. That's not good. Because you just woke up and right away you give the digestive system to work. And if it's a food or from the 4th level or 5th level, artificial or meat or cheese and stuff like that, this is you give a lot of work. It's not good in the morning to do that. We have to give the system a little bit of power and rest in the beginning. So the best thing to do is to drink water. If you can put half a lemon in the water, that it's even better, because lemon helps the body to clean itself. So when you drink water, up until 9, 10, even at 11, if you can start eating at 11, that's even better. Eat fruits in the morning. You clean all your system. You will feel better after a while. And it's very healthy. So water, very, very important in the morning. Now, coffee and all types of coffee, again, it's really, really not healthy. And how can we know that it's not healthy? Because when you stop drinking coffee, let's say if you want to stop drinking coffee, you see that in the first 24 hours you will have headaches usually. 3 days sometimes it takes. For some people that are very addicted to coffee, it's going to take 2 weeks of a little bit of headaches on and off. Why? Because coffee has a lot of bad chemicals. Even the natural coffee that we call, it's not good for the system. That's why the more coffee we drink, we get inside bad chemicals. When we stop doing something, for example, when somebody stopped drinking coffee, the body system understands that, oh, okay, so now I can take away all this bad chemicals that you got from the coffee all those years, and starting to clean it. When it starts to clean it, one of the effects of it, it's in a headache. It starts to clean. So that's a good thing. That's why for those who drink coffee, again, people drink coffee and they're still healthy. But is this something natural for our health? That's not. So if you can stop with the coffee, or at least drink water before and then do the coffee, so that's the best thing. People that are healthy, they can still drink coffee, and again, they can be okay. It's not the best thing for the health, but it's okay because they're healthy. People that are sick should not drink coffee. It's just gonna make it worse. And if someone is sick, it means he's already weak. He needs healthy food. He needs fruits to digest very fast, clean all the system. And even not just fruit, someone that is sick, it says in the holy books that the less he eats, the better. And we see it from nature also. When usually someone is sick, the first reaction is no appetite. And Hashem did it by purpose. Why? Because when someone is sick, it means the body takes away bad chemicals. Yeah, that's why there's fever. And that's why there's cough. You take away things. There's all the sperm and all the things coming out. The urine is very yellow, and this means that the body is cleaning itself. That means sickness. We call it sick, but basically it's a healing process, and it heals itself. And that's why at that moment we have to give the body to take it out. If at the time that it takes out, we're going to get in food, too much food, we don't give enough energy for the body to focus on taking away the bad chemicals. He has now to focus to digest the new food that we eat. That's why it's better for those people, chas v'shalom, that they get sick, even a little bit sick. it's better the less you eat. Only water, the better. It's gonna take it away faster. You're gonna heal faster. Now, for some people, it's very hard. They are sick. They feel weak. They say, okay, I want to eat something. I need to eat something. Eat very healthy food. Fruits, things that digest very, very, very fast, so you don't take a lot of energy from the healing process. And also we have a rule in Torah. We have a rule in Kashrut. This is a rule in Kashrut, but it's also a rule in the universe. It works in all the levels. So the rule says like this. When we want to kosher a pot, let's say that was meat pot, and we want to make it a dairy pot. So what we have to do, we have to fill it up with water, and we fill it up with water, we boil the water, and when we boil the water, all the taste that was observed in the pot comes, because it's hot again, comes into the water. So Rabbeinu Tam, the grandson of Rashi, he asks a question. He says, okay, but it's going to absorb it back to the pot now. It's still boiling. So then it says there is a rule in the world that when something is taking out things, it doesn't absorb in. So when the pot, right now, takes out the whatever, the meat that was absorbed in the metal of the pot, takes it out, it doesn't take in the same time. It's either takes out, take in, or takes out. So same thing as our body. When the body wants to heal itself, he takes out all the bad chemicals. A person feels sick. This sickness is not a sickness. This is a healing process of the body. The body knows how to heal itself. So let the body heal. If now you're going to take in food and other things, and the more food you get in, the healing process, taking out the bad chemicals, stops. Because it's either you take in or you take it out. So the more a person basically fasts, only water is okay. When he is sick, the healing process will be more beneficial and faster. And in general, and we have to make a whole class or 2 classes on it, fasting is a very healthy thing. That's what we see in Torah. We have a few days of fasting. Fasting is very, very important because that cleans the system. A lot of doctors today, natural doctors, that's what they do. They fast for days. I know there's one lady, she wrote a whole book. She had the cancer. Everybody said that she's going to die. She was fasting 40 days, only water. She cleaned all the system. She healed herself. And I know a lot of people, they did it. But again, people should not take it seriously because for some people it's very dangerous to do such a thing. But in general, fasting, eating less, is giving time to the system to clean itself, and a person cleans himself and becomes healthier by doing that. So this is food, a little bit about food. There's another very important thing in health that the Rambam says. It says a person can eat the most healthy food, but if it doesn't work out a little bit, sport, he still can be sick. So that's a major thing in health, is to work out. We have to move. As we said, moving, that's one of the most important things. When a person moves, it cleans his system, helps to clean the system, the organs, everything works faster and better and stronger. That's why, especially in the morning, after you eat the fruits, the best thing to do, or before you eat the fruits, the best thing to do is to walk or to work out. Work out a little bit. And when I say work out, doesn't mean to, take heavy things. No, work out means to stretch and to run, or so you sweat a little bit. The sweat is taking the bad chemicals away, take them out, and it's very healthy to do it. At least 10 minutes of sweat a day, that's enough. 10 minutes, 15 minutes. People that work out too much, that's also not good, because then, let's say people that always run, they're going to have problems in their knees. Yeah, anything that we do extreme in life, it's not good. Hashem wants everything to be balanced. So work out a little bit for your health. 10 minutes of sweating a little bit, that's very healthy It's either 10 minutes of very fast workout or half an hour of walking. That's the minimum. The Rambam says half an hour of walking. That's good to keep your health balanced, and that's very important as well. Now, Bezat Hashem, we'll give some times for questions. I know there's a lot of questions on this topic. You can write them in the chat if you want also. We'll try to answer as much as we can. There's another thing, very important, that most people don't know, and that's what the Rambam brings, and I think that's one of the most important points in health, that if a person does it, he will be very strong and healthy most of his life. And this is taking a shower properly. I know it sounds funny, like, oh, I didn't know that taking a shower has rules, but yes, Rambam says that in the shower, if you take shower in the right way, you can strengthen your health very, very much. So he says, basically, I'm not going to go into all of this. There's a lot of things to learn, and everything that I said today, there's a lot of things to learn. But in general, the most important rule when we take a shower is to finish the shower with cold water. I know it's hard, especially for women that are very sensitive, but the Rambam says, and I'm going to explain it in a few minutes, because it's important to explain what we do, to not finish the shower with hot water. So if you cannot do it with cold water, do it with warm water, but as cold as you can. It's good for your health. It's very good. It's strengthens your health, makes you very healthy, so nothing will bother you in life, like sicknesses. And why I'm so sure in what I'm saying is because the Rambam says and explains, and he says that we have our system built in a way that when we sweat, so sweating from all those dots that we have all over the skin, when we sweat, it means we take away the bad chemicals. The bad chemicals goes away. Now there's rule in creation that anything we do has a reaction. And usually the reaction is opposite of what we do. So just for an example, I'll give you an example with the coffee. We said coffee. Well, why does people drink coffee? They drink coffee because they want to stay awake. They want to have more energy and be awake. The coffee helps that. And then you stay awake for 2 or 3 hours. But then what happens, the reaction, after it's finished, the reaction of the body is going to be the opposite for longer time. So if you drink 1 cup of coffee and you feel energetic for 2 hours, after it's done, of those 2 hours, the reaction, the body is going to react, the Arizal says that it's going to react the opposite of what it used to be. So now you're going to be tired, and the tiredness is going to be longer than the time you were awake because of that coffee. So that's a rule in creation. Everything we do, we get from outside, affects the body. Always there's going to be a reaction after it's finished. It's going to be an opposite reaction for a longer time. Same thing happens with the body when we take a shower. When you take a shower, it's a hot shower, what happens, all those places in our skin open, the skin opens. And then the sweat comes out. When the sweat comes out, and why does the sweat comes out? Because it's very hot. Sweat makes you cool. So it wants to cool the body. But when you finish and you put cold water, what happens is that all the skin closes itself for a moment. And after you finish the shower, what's going to be, as we said, the reaction is going to be the opposite. Yeah, if we're gonna finish the shower when we have hot water on us, and we're gonna go out, now it's gonna be cold. What's gonna be the reaction? The opposite reaction in the shower was opening the skin, and after that it's gonna close all the skin. Nothing will come out. When nothing comes out from the skin, means all the bad chemicals is inside. It's not healthy, and it's gonna be for a longer time. But when you finish the shower, the opposite with cold, what happens is that the body, the skin closes itself because it's cold, but when you go out, it opens all those places in the skin, and opens them, and then it's very, very healthy for a longer time. As well as when you finish the shower in cold water, what happens when the body is cold, the brain right away sends a lot of blood to the skin. And what the blood does makes it work faster and heal faster. So every healing after you finish after you finish a shower with cold water, the healing process of your body, because the brain now sends a lot of blood to all the places in the skin because it's cold for a longer time, makes the healing process very fast, and that's why a person doesn't get sick, because it's always healing because of that. So that's why it's very important. Unfortunately, nowadays a lot of people are sick because they don't do it. Back in the days, they used to go to mikveh. Mikveh was always cold. They used to shower with cold water. There was no hot water all the time. It was very hard to get hot water. Today we have, right away, hot, very hot, whatever we want. So people use it because it's comfortable. But if you want to be healthy according to the Rambam, have a hot water. Hot shower, that's fine for a few minutes. But then, at the end, and you can play with it, hot and cold, until you get used to it, and then make it a little bit cold, and you will see you're going to be more healthy, more fresh, Be'ezrat Hashem. So, I think we said few things today. We talked about food, a lot about food, because food is 80% of the health of the body. Rambam says it's the food. The other parts that we said, it's very important to go to the bathroom on time, to not put too much food inside, walking, working out. If you don't do it, doesn't matter. Even if you eat healthy food, it's not going to help you stay healthy. But if you work out, takes away all the bad chemicals, same as taking shower properly with cold water in the end. That's what the Rambam says. That's the best for our body. Eating fruits, very, very, very important. And Be'emet Rabbeinu Bachya says when Mashiach is going to come, we're going to go back to fruits. We're gonna go back there because the fruits has all the vitamins for us. I think maybe that's why people become more and more vegan or vegetarian today, even though they don't do it because of the right reasons. But the goal, the result, is right, because the more we eat fruits and vegetables, the healthier we are, and the more energetic and good we feel. B'ezrat Hashem. So I want to bless everybody before we go to the questions and answers. B'ezrat Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should give you a lot of atzlacha and nachat and blessing in all what you do. And Yehi Ratzon that Am Yisrael, all of us, will be healthy, and nobody's going to be sick. Everybody, HaKadosh Baruch Hu should keeps us away from sicknesses and viruses and all those bad things. B'ezrat Hashem, being healthy and seeing Mashiach, B'ezrat Hashem, soon. Amen v'amen. So we're going to unmute everyone. B'ezrat Hashem, we'll go to the questions if you have. 1 second. You can write it down also if you want. I can read it. Okay. So we unmute everyone. If you want to unmute yourself, you can do it now. Any questions on that topic?
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you were talking about hydration, and we got used to understanding that really, as you go to the bathroom, the urine should be pale, almost white. That is a good sign that you are hydrated. And now it seems that it's actually the reverse.
Yeah, because
everywhere in every doctor's office, we're all saying the opposite. It's kind of hard to think in reverse.
I understand. I'll tell you, I didn't want to get to that, but I have a lot of proofs, scientific proofs, because I'm into this world of medicine, and that a lot of things that today the Western doctors say according to the biochemistry, they are wrong. There's a lot of things that our grandmothers and doctors and people that say, for example, that, like I said before, people that have diabetes, they're not allowed to eat fruits. That's not right. Fruits, there's 100 times more sugar and needs of insulin in a piece of bread than in any fruit in the world. Now, that's why there's a lot of things today, unfortunately, in the Western world, and we need to do a whole class about that. But think logically. Urine is yellow. Why? Because all the bad chemicals goes away. We have bad chemicals inside. The kidneys, when they work properly, they take away all the bad things. So you see it's yellow. So when you see that it's yellow, it means it's cleaning. But when it's not yellow, so could be that it's good because you eat properly, but most people don't eat properly, so it should not be yellow. The food that we have today is not 100%, natural. So if it's not yellow, it means the kidneys doesn't work well. Okay?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I see someone ask here, what about wine and fish? So it's a good question. Wine is real wine. I'm not talking about the grape juice today where there's a lot of sugar in it. Sugar is not good for us, the white sugar. But the real wine that we have today is good, but a little bit. A little bit of wine, it does healthy. The Rambam says, especially when you eat. When you eat, the Rambam says, in time of eating, it's not good to drink. It's good to drink after eating, a little bit after eating, or before eating, it's also fine. But during eating, you should drink only wine. That's what he says. Because wine, it's almost food. That's why wine and eating goes together. So at that moment, when you eat and you drink wine, that can be healthy. But not too much. Too much wine, not good also. And fish... again, fish is the same has the same health level according to natural science, like meat. And fish has a lot of oil in it. A lot of oil. Oil is not good. I'll tell you the truth. Olive oil. People think olive oil is healthy. Olive oil is not healthy. And again, we have to make a whole... it's good for memory, it's good for other things, but for health, physically, olive oil, it's not good. And it's fish and oil is on the 4th level, as we said, together with dairy and meat. Okay. Okay, I like your open mind. Okay. Eggs. Okay, eggs. So eggs, it's the same, it's almost eggs, it's chelbon. Chelbon is, how do you say chelbon in English? Eggs, it's the same like
Protein.
meat. Yeah, protein, yeah, thank you. So eggs also, it takes a lot of time to digest the eggs. It takes a lot of energy. That's why, eat eggs. It's okay to eat eggs, not too much. Those people that want to be strong and they eat 10 eggs a day because they need protein, wrong things. All those people that eat a lot of protein, I'm sorry to tell you, after a few years, they all have problems with their kidneys. All of them. Eat fruits and vegetables. That's the best. Okay? Again, you can eat, but a little bit. Once a day to eat an egg, it's fine. You can eat it once in a few days. But to eat egg in the morning, meat in the afternoon, and dairy in at the evening, you destroy your system. You take so much energy, you're going to be very tired, the kidney is not going to work after you're 50 years old, it's going to work very bad, diabetes can come because it has a lot of sugar in it. And that's why our society today is like it is, because nobody really keeps those rules. But if we're going to go back to nature, Kadosh Baruch Hu gave us all the nature, we have to do that. Okay, another question. So Rambam would not have approved Atkins diet. What's Atkins diet?
I can tell you, Atkins diet is basically eating most of high protein diet, lots of protein, because that keeps you satiated.
No, it's not good. It's not good. Anything that is far away from the nature that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created, and animals, it's not nature. We were not supposed to eat animals. You have all the vitamins in vegetables and fruits, all what you need. And again, those people that eat protein and this, it's because they want to build muscles and stuff like that, or they want to get different, it has a lot of hormones inside. And that's not made for us. We don't really need it. And anything in general that you get too much, even vitamins, vitamin C, vitamin D, all those vitamins, it's a good, it's a good parnasa for those who sell them, but they are not good. And I'm not just saying it. I'll tell you what the vitamin does. When you take a vitamin C, it has 1,000, 2,000, I don't know how much there. You take the vitamin C, wash your urine after that. It's going to be very yellow. Why? Because your body doesn't need this 1,000 vitamin C. It needs a little bit. And because it needs a little bit, the rest goes away, work extra. If you take every day a few vitamins, you destroy your system. They don't tell you that. But also protein. If you eat too much protein, you have to digest all this. It has to work on it. A lot of energy spent on this. And therefore, after 20, 30, 40 years, the system is weak. Because you make it work too much. But when you eat fruits and vegetables, most of the things you eat, it's fruits and vegetables. The system, the kidneys, the digestive system doesn't need to work so much. So you keep it strong and fresh, and you have a lot of energy. Also the pancreas, to make insulin, doesn't need to work too much. Because the fruits goes right away to the cells. They just need a little bit of insulin, that's it. But when you eat meat or when you eat bread, white bread, so much insulin you need. So after a while, after 30 years of eating white bread, every day, 2 times a day, your pancreas says, I can't work so much anymore. So reduce the work, and then you take insulin from outside, and forever. That's not good. Okay, another question. Fish is animal oil, but olive oil as vegetable oil is not the same. Okay, the oil that we need for our body, the oil that absorbs in our body the best, that's the oil that is located in the fruits and the vegetables. Eat avocado, you will have a lot of oil. Eat egozim, it's walnuts. All the nuts has tons of oil. 60% of the nuts is oil. You're going to get a lot of oil from that. That's a natural oil, gets inside and absorbs in the body. When you take this oil that that they make today, and you take a big spoon of oil, it doesn't absorb in the right way in the body. The system has to work on it. לפרק את זה, לפרק, I don't know how to say the word לפרק in English, but if you help me, it has to digest it. Can you kindly go over dangerous food?
Break it down. To break it down.
To break it down, thank you. Yeah. So it's hard for the system to break down the oils that we use. So anything comes in naturally from the fruit itself, that's the best. You want oil? You need a little bit of oil, not too much. Okay. Things. Okay. Onions left overnight. Okay. So this is spiritually already. Spiritually, onion that is left overnight has a spiritual problem. It's not a physical danger. It's a spiritual danger, which cause also physical danger. All the onion or garlic and egg that stay not that you cut it or you peel it, and you live it like this for overnight, it has a certain spiritual impurity in it and it can cause health problems. But that has nothing to do with the body right now. That's more of a spiritual reason why we don't eat it. In general, onion, the Rambam says onion, it's not so good. Yeah, anything, anything that is spicy. Yeah, people think garlic is, antibiotic of the nature. That's not right. Garlic is not good to eat a lot of garlic. If someone try to eat 4 or 5, or a whole garlic, big one, try to eat it, see what's happening to your body. Hashem Yishmo. It's very spicy. It has a lot of acids. Anything that has a lot of acids, it's not good. You can eat a little bit of garlic, but garlic and all the spicy, the hot things, and onion, to eat a lot of that, that's not good. It has a lot of acids. That's not healthy. Even though it's a vegetable, but it's a vegetable that we should not eat a lot of that vegetable. Things that you have to keep away from mostly is the artificial things today. Diet Coke, very bad. It's even more bad than the regular Coke. It has something there that is really, 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 it's mamash ra'al. Ra'al, it's a bad chemical. All those juices that the pop that they sell, all those things, stay away from them. Again, if a healthy person, you can handle some of that. But if you want to be like more healthy, try to stay away from the artificial things. Be close to the nature, to what HaKadosh Baruch Hu created. What about white rice, and which oil is good? Oil is not good. Oil from the fruits and vegetables is good, but if you have to use oil a little bit, you can use any oil. If you use it a little bit, that's fine. If you don't eat it too much, you can use any oil. I don't know, they say maybe avocado oil is very good. Olive oil, though, if you wanna warm it up, make, I don't know, some people, they think because olive oil is healthy, which is not, so they think if they're going to make an egg with olive oil, they're gonna fry it, so now it's gonna be a healthy egg. That's wrong. Olive oil, when you fry, all the acids comes up, and that's even worse than vegetable oil when you fry it. So don't fry olive oil at all. You can use avocado oil, you can use other types of oils. Now, white rice is same as, almost the same as white bread. White bread, which is hard to digest, and it's me'ubad. Me'ubad means it's a little bit artificial. It's not from nature. They do a process to it. And this process takes away all the good things in it. So that's why you can eat white rice, but not too much. See what happens after you eat white rice. Right away you want to sit down, or you want to lie. You want to lie down. Why? Because it takes a lot of energy, because it's hard to digest. Honey is okay. Honey is good. A little bit, again, not too much. Spoon of honey a day, it's fine.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
What about those people who are exercising heavily and weightlifting, and obviously they're sweating a lot? Would you recommend that they should be drinking more?
So someone that works out more, because it takes away a lot of energy and takes away a lot of bad chemicals and things and sweat and all this, he needs a little bit more than usual. He needs to eat a little bit more than usual. He needs to drink a little bit more than usual. But not too much. Nothing should be too much. And basically, we have, today we use our body so wrong. We eat so many things, and there's so much bad chemicals inside ourselves. So even when you work out a lot, there's still what to take out. There's still what to take out. I would suggest to every person to do at least once in his life, fasting. 1 day, 2 days, only with water, to clean your system from time to time. Or do I call it a fruit fast. Yeah, only fruits for one. Again, don't do it without asking someone that understands in it, but will clean your system. Usually you can do it slowly. For example, start to eat fruits only in the morning. Then after 1 week, 2 weeks, do it morning and afternoon. And then do it all day, only fruits, 3 meals with fruits. Do it for a week like this. You will see, first of all the bad things will come out. All the bad chemicals, all the diseases that you had when you were a child even, sometimes they come out. They come out because they clean from the system. They are inside all the time. You clean yourself, and after that, you feel very, very good, because you kill all the bad chemicals that you ate for years sometimes. But that's again, we have. I'm doing a course right now with some people that are deal with healing, and there we discuss everything. But really, that's a very interesting topic, and maybe we're gonna do another few lectures about that practically, how to clean your system. Just today, I gave general ideas of this. Drink when you are thirsty. Yes. Eat.
Another quick question.
Yeah.
Recently, I have seen a big push for people to donate their kidneys. And since we know kidneys doing a big function in the body as far as cleansing toxins, would you recommend that people should be just donating their kidneys left and right? And wanted to see your take on it.
I mean, it's a big question. It's not a question I should answer. It's a question that the big rabbis has to answer. But it's
being encouraged, basically.
Yeah, according to my knowledge, you should keep your organs for yourself unless there is a need for someone that you know. One of our brothers, Am Israel, that needs a kidney, and you can help him. So of course there is a mitzvah to help him. You save his life, because you can still live properly with one kidney. And if there's a save of life and you are the one that can help, you should help. But you should not go and try to find, okay, maybe someone in Guatemala needs my kidney. We should not focus on that. But yeah, I think people that feel like they want to do chesed, they want to do something good, and they feel like they very connect to this thing, there's a reason why they connect to this thing. So maybe they should give the opportunity for other Jews, if they are fit, to donate their kidney. I think that's a mitzvah, but only when it's needed, not to go and try to just, like you said, give it away. Okay? When there's a danger, yeah, there's a mitzvah to do so. Okay? Any fruits, any amount. What's that mean? I didn't understand the question. Or maybe it's not a question. Maybe you mean what amount of fruits you can eat. Again, you can eat as much as you want, but leave the stomach a little bit empty. You have to leave the stomach a little bit empty so we can digest it properly. That's what the Rambam says, and that's the best for us, B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, I want to bless all of you again. Bracha v'atzlacha in all what you do, and B'ezrat Hashem we'll see you next week, hopefully. All the best.